Hi there, I'm Sean. Thanks for choosing this 30-minute strength and bodyweight class. I'm excited to exercise with you today, and as excited that you chose to work out with me. To do class, you're going to need a few pieces of equipment, that being a chair, a set of dumbbells, and a resistance tube, both of those of which are appropriate for your fitness level. Lastly, water to stay hydrated, and please feel free to drink throughout class. I'll stop a few times here and there and take a swig, but please don't wait for me. If you're feeling thirsty, you're already dehydrated, so you want to make sure you have plenty of hydration, especially if you have a commitment to exercise like this on a regular basis. It is the pillar of health. So with that, I'm going to start the timer, and we are going to start by getting the body ready for work. Let's march in place. Just right and left. Pump your arms, make the movements big, intentional, to prepare for what we're about to do in the next 30 minutes. And these 30 minutes are going to fly by with the exercises that I've chosen and the order that we're putting them in. Now, this particular class, we will work the front of the body, the middle of the body, and the back of the body in 3 exercise sequences. So that means 3 exercises. We'll work front, middle, back, and then we'll switch them up and do it again, all right? So something to look forward to and think about as we do this. So get those knees up, get those arms pumping, and let's get the body warm. Now, what we're going to do to change this is go to a march 4 and then separate the marches with 2 heel digs, one right, one left, both to the front, okay? So on my call, ready? March 4. It's 4, 3, 2, 1, and dig. Right out to the front, nice and easy. And reach the arms out all the way. Get those shoulder joints ready as well for the work that's about to happen. You can extend those fingers if you want, or keep fists. It really is all about you. We want you to challenge yourself, but be somewhat uncomfortable, never in pain, because when you are challenging yourself, it may be a little uncomfortable. That's all right. But listen to your body. You know it better than anybody. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. And hold the heel digs right here. Now we'll progress these by doing 2 front digs and then 2 taps behind you. Ready? You have 4 more. 3. Now do 2 to the front and 2 to the back. It's 2 and reach up when you go to the back. Reach out for the front and up. Yeah. Reach nice and high. Thumbs up. Couple more. We'll add on. Front and back. Front. Now, lunge, side step. One side and then the other. Dig front for 2 and back 2. Lunge side. Here we go. Side. Doesn't matter which side you go to first. And front, back, side lunge. Together, together. Not real big. Oops, I went to the back first on that one. Sorry about that. Heel dig first. And back. Tap those toes. One more time. Heel dig front. Heel, tap. Now lunge side to side, right here. Side to side. Keep the chest up. Let's add those arms. Big reach, big pull. Still getting that heart rate pumping. Maybe you feel your body warming up a little bit. Good. 2 more. Last one, and just the side to side. Add the other arm in. Reach and pull. Reach. You have 4 more. 4, 3, and then we finish with ham curls. Ready? Step, ham curls. Right. That's it. Let's finish this up. Nice and tall. And we progress this to single, single, doubles. So single, single, now 2, holding on the right. Yeah. Make sure the core is contracted and strong, and that will significantly help you with your balance. When you're balancing on that one foot. Balance, hold, and just tap that toe. So we barely tap the toe to the ground. 1, 1 and 2. One more time. Finish it up. And you are ready. All right, our first exercise is a chest fly, so we are using the band. Big muscle group, big movements, lots of calorie burn, and great benefits, okay? So let's do these well. Hands on the handles, take the band behind you, wrap your hands around one time, and then I do one side one more time, and then you just bring it to the center. Now one hand is gonna feel tighter than the other because we've wrapped one twice, but if you center it, you'll have the even amount of pressure on both sides of your upper body, okay? Slight bend in those elbows, pull that navel up, in and up into your rib cage. Shoulders are back and down, so don't let the shoulders drift up. Strong, solid body, 15 of them. Ready? Let's squeeze, squeeze. So use your chest muscles to make the movement. Big breath out. Every time you squeeze. Yeah. Great work for the upper body right here. Keep the shoulders pressed down and keep those abs turned on. You can tighten your glutes as well. The more you're contracting, honestly, the more solid the body, the safer the movement, and the more calories you burn. All right, I think we're getting done here, close to done. 3, 2, my counter lost count behind the camera. It happens to all of us sometimes. The next exercise is a lateral raise. So we're still using the band, and we put one foot on the band. Now, if you feel like you are strong enough, or maybe you have a band that's a little lighter resistance, and you want to put both feet on, know that you can start heavier. I'm going to do this, and then you can let go of one foot, recenter it, and finish out that way. But I'm going to start with 2, challenge myself a little bit more. 30, 15 on each side. Ready? Right and left. Here we go. Right, left. Now, you really have to think about your thumbs being up and controlling that movement down, because that band wants to pull you down fast. Don't worry about the music here. Come up. Now, I look every once in a while at what my hands are doing, because there's no need for my hands to come any higher than my shoulders. And keep the shoulders pressed down just like we did in the chest press. So we worked the front of the body. Now we're doing a lateral movement, so we're working the medial or the middle part of the shoulder. And then next, we're going to work the back of the upper body. If you feel yourself starting to arch your back a little bit to make the movement, you can modify this. Well, first make sure your abs are turned on, because that significantly helps. Squeeze your butt to keep that body solid and prevent that back bend. One more each side, and stop there. Okay, how'd you do? Doing all right? The next exercise is a bent over row. We're doing a single arm at a time, and you need your chair for this, because I want you to support your low back. We'll work the low back later with a hip hinge, but this particular exercise, I really want you to focus on the upper body on one side. Now, I would prefer you start with 2 weights, and if you need to let one down, set it down on the chair halfway through, you can absolutely do that. So we're hinging at the hip, all right? Hand is on the chair, and all we're doing is a row, so that's the movement. So lift your tailbone high, stick your butt out, your back is flat, and we row for 15. Here we go, row, row, pull. Take your time, draw that elbow right up into the air. Working the back of the shoulder now and the upper back. So think about how your shoulder blade is moving towards your spine each time. The upper body is all still and solid, and it's just that shoulder blade and that arm on the one side moving. And stop right there. We come up out of that and we switch hands. So rather than me move the chair all the way to the other side, I'm going to keep it here so you'll see the weights in the back instead of in the front. So just tune into the cues. You can't see the movement real well, but flat back is key, right? Lift the tailbone. So you might feel a stretch in the back of the legs, the thighs. I sure do. Those are tight on a lot of people. And we row straight up and down. Here we go. 15. The movement's a little smaller, a little easier on this one to stay with the beat of the music. For those of you that might go a little bananas when you're moving off the beat of the music, I get that. But proper execution of the movement is way more important than moving to the beat. Let's not rush it. And stop right there. Woo! Okay, we get to have a seat for our next exercise. So bring the chair out, and you can just place the band and the weights behind you because you're gonna bring your tush to the edge of the chair. And what we're doing is a double leg extension. So you will lean back on the chair, use your hands for support, legs are up, and you're going to extend the legs out in front of you and contract your thighs, your quadriceps, as tight as you can each time. We do 15. You will work your core. These are stabilizing muscles right now, big time, okay? But don't lean back into the seat of the chair, the backrest. Try and stay off of it. Use your hands for that extra support if you need it. Ready? 15. Knees are up and extend. Out. Now a little pause at the top to really give yourself plenty of time to contract those muscles super tight as you do this. Breath out as you go up. So we're working the front of the body again. We've made our way back to the front. Just 4 more. Stay with me. Squeeze. Really tight. 2. And last one. Hold, 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 and stop right there. Great work. Okay, we stand, and we're going to work this area into the tush and the sides, doing another lateral movement. So move the chair out of the way. Grab your band, and one hand in each handle here. And the band, the middle of it goes on the floor. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Now you don't want your feet together when you start this, or you won't be able to move much. It'll look like this. The goal is to keep a little space between your feet. The band's not super tight, so you can do big steps. And then when you tap, you only bring your foot to the center. Don't ever bring them all the way together. Roll it back and down. And we have 30. 15 on each side. These will go fast. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to work your biceps a little bit, you can certainly do that as well. Stabilize here, or just keep your hands right in your pockets. Now, how big can you step? Nice big steps. Whew, great exercise. You're halfway there. Still standing up tall. Smile a little bit for me. You are approaching the halfway mark of class already, and stop right there. Woo! Now you may want to stretch that out a bit. Push one tush to the back corner and then the other. Oh, that feels good. All right. Now we work the back side. To the front, sides. Now we're going to the back. We need our chair. Now this one, we'll use our chair, hands on the seat, and right foot first, and all we're going to do, our toes right behind our other heel, we lift and we squeeze that butt cheek as tight as possible. 15, all on the right. Ready? Flat back, here we go. Lift and squeeze. Now flex your foot for me, and you don't have to lift the legs super high. If you bring it parallel to the floor, awesome. If you bring it just before parallel to the floor, that's just fine as well. What's important here is that you're squeezing the butt cheek, that gluteal muscle, as tight as you can, and you're controlling the movement. You have 4 more. Come on. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can stand up, a little rest, breather. Maybe you want to take a sip of water. We're going back down for the second set. Hands on the chair. Keep the toe flexed. Now you might, again, feel stretch in that supporting leg, and that's okay. Your back's flat, so we don't want this. No rounded back. Try and lift your tailbone up. Ready? Lift and lower. Lift and squeeze that glute. Squeeze. Squeeze. Have to concentrate sometimes on activating those muscles that are very weak in a lot of people and aren't used to being activated with isolation like this. So think about squeezing them tight every time you lift. Incredibly important exercise, especially for a society that is seated a lot. And stop right there. Okay, our next one is a double leg crunch. So very much like the double leg extension, except the legs go out and in, bending the knees, and we focus on the core this time. So really bringing these ribs down towards your hip bones. Ready? Here we go. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Don't worry so much about flexing your quads. Focus on crunching and really flexing the muscles throughout your core. The front of the body. Woo, these aren't easy. Maybe you want to do one leg for a few, then the other. And then we finish with a double and stop right there. Okay, did the front, now we're doing the middle or the sides. So, obliques. We come to the edge of the chair with one hip bone. Hand is supporting on the other edge of the chair. We lean and we lift and draw the shoulder in, decreasing the space between your rib and hip bone. Ready? And crunch, crunch. It's a small movement. Now you don't have to use the extra weight, but really try and move your shoulder down towards your hip. Crunch and decrease that distance, and you will feel it deep into your obliques. Crunch. Just a few more. 4, 3, 2, oh yeah, and 1. Other one. Ready? Leaning, try and make a straight line at an angle, and let's go. Crunch, crunch. Again, the crunch is right here, right on your side. Try and draw that shoulder down and lift the leg. Take as much weight off of this supporting hand as you can. Just there for balance. 2 more, 2, and 1. All right, we have one more exercise before we repeat. This one, 2 dumbbells, 1 dumbbell, or no dumbbells. Let me tell you what we're doing. We're doing a hip hinge. So if you're using 2 or 1, they're right up here at your upper chest. We hinge at the hip, and then we come up. And use your butt to stand, fully erect, squeezing from the bottom all the way to the top, and keep your back flat. So the more weight you have, the more you're going to work that low back. So we just worked the front, the sides, now we're working the back. Front, middle, back. All right, ready? Solid body, hinge at the hip, 15. Stand up all the way each time. Stand up tall. Another very important exercise. Keep those muscles in the low back and squeezing the glutes real strong. Stretching the hamstrings at the same time. Tight muscles in the body. Take your time going down. Big exhale and squeeze your glutes coming up. Stand up all the way. So stick your chest out to the floor. Keep your shoulder blades pulled together. One more, or 2 more. Tease you there a little bit, and stop right there. Great work. Okay, let's get some water together. We went through the whole thing once. We'll do the whole thing again, less repetitions. So this time, instead of 15, we'll do 10 reps. Actually, we're gonna have to do 8. Time is flying. All right, just about 10 minutes of class left, 2/3 done. I know I say this a lot if you've been taking my classes, but the time goes so fast. You wrap your hands once, and then one hand you wrap twice. You ready? Stand up tall. Let's change the stance a little bit this time. Let's go staggered. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, back heel off the floor, standing up tall. Squeeze. We got 8 of them. Squeeze, make every one purposeful and strong. Great execution of the movement. Squeeze at the middle of the chest and the upper chest. One more and stop there. We go to lateral raise. 1 foot or 2. I'm going to do 2. You choose. Remember, you can change throughout. Thumbs are up. So we're doing 16 total. Now you don't want to lean while you're doing this. This is a common mistake. Stand up tall, and the only movement is that shoulder muscle. That shoulder. The arm goes out, and the shoulder's doing the work. Straight out to the side, and don't lift any higher than your shoulder. Make your arm parallel to the floor. Last one right here. And stop right there. Okay, we need the chair. We're doing the bent over row this time. 2 or 1 dumbbells, you choose. Remember, we hinge at the hip. Hands on the chair, seat of the chair for support. You might feel a little stretch in your the back of your thighs, and we row straight up and down. We got 8, 7, 6. Keep your back flat, 5, and pull that shoulder blade towards your spine. 3, 2, and 1. Push out the chair, stand up carefully, and we do the other one. Ready? Hand on the chair, flat back, and row. 8. Just 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We need the chair for the next one. So we're going to have a seat. We do that double leg extension 8 times. You ready? Tush on the edge of the chair. Knees up and extend. Boom, flex. Flex, 2, come on. Flex them, 3. Tighten them up real tight. 4. 2 more. Squeeze. Let's hold the last one. Well, let's do 2 more. 1 more. Hold, hold, hold. And you need your band as we stand up for step touch. You can move the chair out of the way. Hang in there. Just under 8 minutes of class. Oops. Got a little tangled here. All right. A little drumming music in the background for this one. Makes you want to shake a little bit maybe. All right, the next exercise, I just got distracted here, is a step touch. So feet on the band, and we step touch, hands on the waist. Ready? Here we go. Step. So 16 total. Make them big. Big steps. Now, if you haven't checked your band in a while, you want to make sure you don't have any frays or cuts or breaks in them. If you do, get a new one. You don't want exercises like this to cause them to snap. Stop right there and come and get you in the shoulder or face. So make sure you take a look and you feel it. Just draw your hands down the band, make sure, so mine's good still. And that way you're always exercising with the utmost safety, okay? So we're doing the bent over row with the leg extension. 8 on the right, 8 on the left. Hinge at the hip, hands on the seat. Here we go. Right foot, lift or left. It doesn't matter. Squeeze that glute though. That's what we're looking for. Squeeze. One more. Let's stay in that position. Go right to the other side. Ready? I have my toe right behind my other heel and lift and squeeze the glutes. squeeze. Back is flat. 3 more. 3, and then we're having a seat in the chair. 2, and 1. All right, move the chair, come have a seat. Whew, easy to get distracted when you're doing this, because what you don't see is what's going on the other side of the camera here, as we're all filming in our homes. It's comic relief sometimes. I wish you could see some of the stuff that I get to see. All right, with that, we're doing a double leg crunch. Ready? Lean back, 8 of them, legs out. 8, crunch it in. 7, use these muscles, crunch. Maybe put your hand there if you can. You got 2, and 1. Obliques. We go to the edge of the chair with your hip. Hand is there for support. Let's go. Crunch. Small movement. 7, 6. Draw this rib down. 5, 4, 3. Wish I could have you over for dinner tonight. We are having fish fry. Stop right there. Delicious. I think it's northern that we're having. Northern or bass, one of the two. One of the two. And ready? Or maybe you're not a seafood type person. But here in Minnesota, 10,000 lakes, we got some good fishing up here. Certainly taking advantage of that tonight. Woo! One more, and crunch. Stand for the hip hinge. 1 or 2 weights, or no weights, depending on how you're feeling. This is our last exercise. Ready? Let's hinge at the hip. Hinge. And stand up all the way. Remember, when you're at the bottom, your back is flat, and you squeeze the butt all the way to a full stand. Solid body. Keep those shoulder blades pulled back. Shoulders down. Squeeze. One more, you are done. And you made it. Okay, we have one last exercise on the floor. We're doing a crunch. I'm going to move the chair out of the way. So carefully, one knee, hand, hit your side, and then slowly but surely, come on down to the floor. Back is, are you laying on your side and roll to the back? Ready for the crunch? Here we go. Crunch. We got 10 of them. Crunch. You can take your legs out if you need to. Oh, hey, Molly. She wanted to join us. Now I'm on the floor. She's like, oh, time to play, Dad. Hey, I lost my count. Thank goodness I have a counter. One more. And you made it. Oh, way to go. Way to go. Let's lengthen the body. Make it as long as you can. And arch that low back just a little bit. From fingertips to toes, reach, stretch. Molly's stretching with us. And release. And a big stretch. One more time. And release. Okay, up to a kneeling position. All right, one knee and one foot. Push forward, those hips go down into the floor. Upper body straight up. Feel a nice deep stretch there, release, and we'll go back into that. Now, if it's too uncomfortable to do this in a kneeling position, you can certainly come up and do it in a standing position as well. Tuck those hips under and push forward, release and switch. Ready? Tuck them under and hinge forward. Nice and easy. Another set of super tight muscles that we do not spend enough time working on when it comes to flexibility. So if you haven't tried yoga classes, I invite you to try some of those. Golly, you know, there are so many great classes, and cross training is awesome for the body. So I'd recommend you try a bunch of different classes. Try and put that in your repertoire. All right, go ahead and stand up carefully, using your leg for support or your chair to help you. Standing position. Now we cross over, and if you need your chair for balance, you can do that. We work those glutes quite a bit, and this is a great stretch for those. So sitting back is flat, release, and then we lower again. Tall through your spine, through the crown of your head, and release. Other side. Get your balance, cross it over, have a seat. A little lower, release. One more time there. Last 30 seconds, and we will say goodbye. So hang in there, and thanks for staying the full 30 minutes. Do appreciate it, and release. Chest opener. Last big important one here. Oh, there's the alarm. Big opener. Like you're running up to someone and you're gonna give them a big bear hug, and release. Roll the shoulders, and one more big open. Big stretch. Smile even if it's fake. Good stuff. You've just done really great things for your body, and it is incredibly thankful. And you have endorphins roaming the body right now, feel-good hormones. Oh, they do all kinds of wonderful things. So hats off to you. Thanks again for joining me. My name is Sean. Until next time, keep it healthy. Bye-bye.